Hi, thanks for checking out our channel here. This is going to be kind of just a how-to, not really to show you how it's done by me doing it, but like if you're looking for a cable or a connector or whatever for your Gallagher True Test low bar, I can make you up one. That's what we're going to do in this video. Is we're going to make up a pigtail for a Gallagher low bar for a guy. He didn't have time. What happened was his wire got coiled up underneath the squeeze chute. Something come through or whatever, tripped or grabbed the wire with his foot, yanked it, and it pulled the connector or the cable out of the connector. Just kind of separated the whole thing. It takes a pretty good amount of pressure because the factory connectors that are put together on those low bar cables, they're epoxied on the inside to kind of glue them together. And he shipped me some pictures. The thing was just completely pulled right apart, and half the connectors laying here, the other connectors stuck on here, and the wires are hanging out everywhere. And he's like, I need to use this, soon. I can't, I said, well, you can send it here. Let me fix it for you. I said, well, I don't really have time to, wait to ship it here, back and forth. And can you just make me up a connector and a pigtail? I'm like, yeah, I can do that. So I said, how much of a pigtail do you want? You want about a foot to work with? He said, yeah, that's plenty. That's enough. So we're gonna make up a pigtail to put the connector up on this end up here, and we're gonna give him about a foot to work with, and he's gonna splice this cable into his low bar cable. And I told him, I said, hey, if you do that, I said, if it was me doing it in the field, if you can't do it, you got a friend that can, I would solder and heat shrink each of those wires individually, color to color, solder them individually, heat shrink them individually, then put a piece of heat shrink over the whole section. Because he was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna use some butt connectors and crimp them together. I'm like, and then wrap them electrical tape. I was like, I've heard people doing that, and then like 6 months later, or the next fall, or next summer, or whatever, they call me up and say, hey, I did, doing this stuff here, and it's not reading right, and numbers are jumping all over the place. It's because urine and manure, or the connections got wiggled around, and now he's got trouble again. So I would solder and heat shrink it all together myself. If you're not in a big hurry and you can't do it, just send me the low bar or the whatever, and I'll do it here. I'll cut the connector off, I'll solder a new one on, and we'll ship it back to you. But if you know somebody that can wire up a pigtail, or wire up our pigtail to your cable and solder it, heat shrink the whole thing, then that's what I would do. It saves you some money because I can make up a set of cables, or one connector in a cable. This guy wants two, one for the one's broken and a spare one for a rainy day. So we're gonna make up two of them for his Gallagher low bar. We're a little bit about us. Fencerfixer.com is our website for electric fence charger repairs and electric fencer repair. And then we have got cattlescalerepair.com. It's our website for cattle scale low bars repair, stuff like that. That's all that information. So that's what we're going to get into. We're going to get all this wired up here. So I just want to show you, not really how to do it, but like what it goes, show you me doing it and what all goes into doing it. So first I got to cut off this black outer shielding. I cut off about that much. And then there's 4 wires inside this cable. And it's got this, I don't know, this string crap inside here to help, I guess, support, give some strength inside the cable itself. We're just going to cut away all that stuff, get it out of the way. And then we're going to strip off a little bit on each one. And then I want to twist these strands of wire to make it more solid. And some of these are a little long. I'm going to probably cut off about half of that one, a little bit off of each one. I don't need them that long, but wanted them to be a little long to start with, and I can always trim it off. I don't want to have to start off small, then need to strip it back a little bit more. So, and I don't want too much of this exposed because this connector right here is going to slide up here, and I don't want this color wire to be poking at the back side of this connector and then water be able to get inside there, because this has to fatten up around there to hold that cable. And so you only want to strip off just enough to expose it, and it looks like about, I don't know, inch and a half, 2 inches seems to be about the right amount sticking out. Alright, so now I'm going to solder. I'm basically going to tin these wires and put a little solder on each wire. I'm just going to do one at a time. This is the longest part of it, is just tinning these wires. It's hot. Come on. Probably have to go back and pull some of the extra solder off some of those, but we'll do that in a minute if I need to. If it gets too thick of solder on there, it will have a hard time putting the wire into the connector little holes that you have to solder to. Come on. I'm not trying to paintbrush it, just trying to level it out some. This will make it not where it's so thick in certain spots. Smooth it out a little bit where it's gotten a little thick. And then I'm going to snip off probably almost half what's on it, what's exposed. Ow, God dang. Smooth that one out just a little bit. Okay. Alright. Alright, I need to... There's a resistor I gotta put inside this connector. And I just freaking had it a minute ago. Where did it go? Because this resistor, they're all different. All these True Test, Gallagher low bars, the resistors inside there are all different. They're not universal. And the wiring, the pinouts are a little similar, but all are a little different. Because that resistor tells the scale indicator which low bar is plugged into me, so I know which one it is. You know, that sort of thing. So it looks like these two pins here. And then now what I'm going to do is solder this resistor into the two pins that it goes into, and then I'm going to go around. There's 4 other pins there that I need to put solder in. So when I take the wires, I can plug them into that little holes after I heat the solder up, and then basically fuse them together. Let the solder blend everything together. So we'll solder that on there. All right. Not yet. I gotta go over here. I gotta find the right pins to add solder to. Alright, now gotta get my book out here. Remember which wire goes where. Alright, looks like pin 1 is over here. I'm going to cut off just a little bit more of that. Should be enough. So now we're going to go pin to pin, color to wire to wire, in the correct pin. So there's that one. Damn, it gets hot. And then we'll go this wire next, right? Yeah, yep. Hold on, I gotta turn this connector. Get these pins around to the other side where I can get to them easier. Use this little vise to, that's my other hand to hold things. Alright. This one next. Come on. Oh, God, it's hot. Whew. Turn it just a little bit more. Heat this one up. Okay, there we go. Wire gets hot. You get 800 Fahrenheit on your soldering iron. It gets pretty darn hot. Now we're going to slide up this. We're going to get this little cap at the bottom that goes on last. But that little rubbery thing right here, right inside there, this will fatten up around the cable. So you don't want it too. I don't want too much of this exposed, because if it's too long, then it sticks out like that. So you want it short enough. So you cut just a little long, but see, I got enough room inside there to play with it. I can shove that in there a little bit, and then I'm going to tighten this up first, as this will go on last, because this is what fattens up, squeezes down on these little fins right here, and pushes down on this rubber piece, which fattens up around the cable and holds it in place. So I want to tighten this up first like this, because I want to be able to, as I take the pliers to tighten it all the way up, I want this cable to be able to move. Turn with it as I'm tightening it up. So I'm going to grab a couple pair of pliers. I'm going to grab it right there. And I'm going to grab like that. Just want to make sure nothing's twisted. All right, looks good. So I'm going to slide this back up like that. Get this connector right into the connector. Give a little pressure on the back side of that so that cable stays up inside there. Like that. And then I'll take those two pliers again. Grab right there. Spread that open a little bit more. And then we'll grab the side of this. One more. There it goes. See, it swelled that little rubbery thing up around there, so hold that cable in place and also keeps hopefully moisture from getting inside there. And I said, how much do you want? He said, oh, give me about a foot. So I made the first one over here a little while ago. So we're just making the same length or close. So 2 pigtails for them. So this will work on both a Gallagher and a True Test low bar. Cut that up, splice it onto your low bar cable. Only thing I would need to know is which low bar you have, which model it is, because they're not universal. They've all got different resistors inside of them. Even some of the wiring's a little different on the inside. Some of them are similar on the wiring, but some of them are different as well. So there you go. Alright, so there's our information again. Fencerfixer.com is our website for electric fencer repair, like fence chargers and fence energizers. It all makes and models and sizes and ages. Why is it not focusing? And then there's cattlescalerepair.com as well. All the information is down below in the description area of the video. And so you can just type in fencerfixer.com, not fence fixer. People call me that. When I don't fix fence, I fix electric fencers. Alright, well that's it. I'm going to call the guy up, get payment from him, and then we'll get these out the door today. He should have them there in about 3-4 days at most. Probably 2 to 4 days, depending on where he's located. And until next time, we'll see you later.